How many hectares?
We've got 30 hectares tobacco and we are now reaping. We just got our first reap last week. We've got a team of farm workers who are here. Other side there, we've got 10 hectares of soybeans that we are planting right now.
Oh, so you want to plant soybeans over there?
Yes, we want to plant soybeans. If you want to do grains, that's wheat, soybeans, sugar beets and maize, you have to grow on a very large space for you to get a lot of money.
So hello guys, I hope I find you well, and today I am in Goromonzi and I am at a farm that is managed by FarmBuzz. These guys, they are doing an amazing job. Imagine someone would be in the diaspora and these guys will be running the whole farm.
We are an agri-tech company, an award-winning agri-tech company in Zimbabwe. We have started doing what we are doing 4 years ago. I started it and with my friend Emmanuel Marume. So what we are doing, we've got a service that we call Smart Farm Management Services. This service, we are managing farm projects for those people who can't be at the farm 24/7. I'm talking of maybe young people still at school, or people working in towns like Harare, or diaspora farmers like our client here is in Australia. They may say, okay, I've got a farm back in Zimbabwe, but I want to do farming, but I don't know how I can do it. I'm working in Australia, but I've got my farm in Zimbabwe. I want it to be productive. That's where we come in with our experienced agronomists. We then come in, we help them from planning on what projects can we do. First of all, we do what we call feasibility study. We visit the farm, we check the soil type, we do the soil testing, we map the whole farm, do the land use planning, and then we draft some project plans if they want to maybe to get a loan from the bank. We also draft some budgets showing them if you want to grow 1 hectare of cabbage like this one, you need this amount of money. So what they do, they invest in that project, they send money. We've got our, at the office where we were, we've got our own accountants who will be taking care of those finances. And then we do the project. We plant, we do all the weeding, the spraying, we manage everything up to the market. Right now we want to go to Mbare to sell our cabbages, but our client have never set foot on this farm since 2 years ago.
So on this land you planted soybeans?
Yes, yesterday we planted the soybeans in very early maturity variety. Because of the time we planted it very late. So
there are different types of soybeans.
Yeah, there are different types of varieties. We've got late and early varieties. So farmers are being advised to plant early maturity varieties because of the time.
Because of the time?
Yes.
So if you are a farmer, it seems like you have to be very knowledgeable of what you're doing.
Yes, that's why farmers need to work with experts. They need to come to FarmBuzz and ask questions. We work with them, we help them.
This is how many hectares?
We've planted 10 hectares.
10 hectares?
Yes, 10 hectares.
Yo!
But with soybeans now, you are getting 3 tons per hectare. And they are maybe on the market, 1 ton is maybe 600, 700. So you can get something like 2,000, 2.5 per just 1 hectare. But if you compare that 1 hectare with the 1 hectare of cabbage, you are getting a lot from the cabbage. But for soybean and all the grains that I've talked about, you need to do it on a larger scale.
Wow.
Yes.
How many people, how many farmers are you managing as of now?
Okay, so for now we've got 10 commercial farms. Commercial farms, I mean like this farm that we have.
Exactly.
This farm is 150 hectares.
150 hectares?
Yes, and we are doing cabbages, 10 hectares soybeans, and then 30 hectares tobacco, and we are going to increase as we go. So for farms like this, we've got 10 commercial farms. Then another small projects. We are now having those clients who might say, I just want 1 hectare. I just want to do 1 hectare. Some of them, they don't have even land. We help them from getting land that is for rentals or even purchasing a small plot. Yes. So
you help people to get land?
Yes, even if you don't have land, we can get you a good land, maybe 1 hectare to do horticulture. So we've got now those clients that they just want to do small projects like just 1 hectare of cabbage. We can find land for them with everything, irrigation, the tractors, the labor. We do everything.
So maybe people will say, these guys, they only deal with commercial farmers.
No, we do with we help small scale farmers,
Exactly.
aspiring farmers, young farmers. Let's say like you are very young,
Yes.
you might need to start
venture
into agriculture as well. We are helping those aspiring farmers and young farmers as well.
So your client who is in Australia,
Yes.
I mean, how do they know that everything is going well on their farm?
Okay, that's an interesting question. So from the past 4 years, we've been just updating them on WhatsApp, like showing them pictures. This is what we are doing.
Yeah.
But we found out that it's not enough for someone who is not on the ground. Because there's sometimes agriculture is a very risky business.
It is.
So sometimes maybe we might not get enough rains,
Yes.
or we might not get enough resources, and the project might tend to fail. If we were expecting to get, let's say, 10 tons in maize, we might get 7 tons. So we've come we have now decided to come with a proper plan. Yeah. So that our clients in Australia can also be more involved on the project, even if they are where they are in Australia. So we now have a satellite-backed application called Orbit. Orbit, yes. So on that Orbit, farmers can remotely monitor what's happening on the ground whilst they are away. They can actually see the field from the satellite images. They can see if we update them on WhatsApp that today we are doing weeding, and they can check from the images. They can show that the images will show that yes, they really did the weeding and stuff.
I understand.
They really sprayed.
Through a satellite.
Yes, they can monitor the crop. It's still in development, but we are now at the I think. We will soon commercialize it. We should have planted these soybeans, I think, some 2 to 3 or a month ago, but we couldn't because we didn't have enough rainfalls, and also our irrigation was our pipes were irrigating this crop.
Okay.
So our pipes were not enough to irrigate both the 30-hectare tobacco, the cabbages, and the soybeans. So we were just relying on the rains. So it took long for us to plant this. So maybe the yield that we were expecting to get, if we were expecting to get 4 tons or 3 tons of soybeans, we might now expect to get maybe 2 tons because we did a very, very, very late planting. So these are some of the challenges, but at first we do a bit of study, research.
As a company, you are representing a farmer.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, you have to have like a good market.
Okay.
How do you do it?
So since our company FarmBuzz is now I can say maybe a bigger brand.
Yes.
So we now find out that some other people, some off-takers,
exactly,
they come to us. They say, okay, you are the guys, we are dealing with farmers, we are growing. What type of crops do we have now? And they can give us in advance that, okay, in December or in January, we want a certain tons of this crop. So sometimes we grow a crop knowing that exactly we are going to sell this crop to this market. So they come to us and we grow. But our very, very big market is Mbare and Bulawayo. That's where we sell most of
Bulawayo?
Yes, in Bulawayo. We've got a huge market in Bulawayo and Mbare. We've been also dealing with supermarkets, but the challenge with supermarkets is that they take smaller numbers of our products. Yes, for example, cabbage, they can say, we just want 100. But here we've got 30,000 cabbages. So we can't sell to them. We have to go to Mbare. The Mbare guys, they can take the whole, they can just come to the field and say, okay, we want the whole field.
People underestimate Mbare, not knowing what Mbare is capable of doing.
Mbare is capable of doing great things because if you see those Mambuyas from the ghetto,
exactly,
they go to Mbare for during 3 a.m. or 4 a.m.
exactly,
to get these cabbages and sell them in those ghettos.
Exactly.
So every fresh product that you are seeing in Kampuzuma and Budiri is coming from Mbare, and from Mbare is coming from us.
So Mbare is like the biggest market that we have here in Zimbabwe.
It's the biggest market in Zimbabwe.
So as of now, you're focusing on soybeans, cabbages, and then there's tobacco. Let's talk about cabbages.
Okay.
Were you not afraid to venture into cabbages because of the challenges that comes with it, or maybe you were prepared?
Okay, so it's very difficult to grow brassicas. By brassicas, I mean rape, covo, cabbages, all these vegetables. They are very difficult to grow in the rain season. I can say just most of the horticultural crops, they are very difficult to grow in the horticultural season because there will be a lot of rain. So that rain will come with a lot of diseases, pests as well, like fungals and a lot of pests. So farmers tend to leave the horticulture during the rain season and just concentrate on maize and soybeans because they are afraid of these so many diseases. The crop is very vulnerable and susceptible to these pests and diseases. Okay. So that's the opportunity that we took because we know that the market, there will be a huge demand of these crops because a lot of farmers are not growing it during horticulture.
I understand.
Yes.
I understand.
So with our experience of growing cabbages, we have been growing cabbages during rain season for the past 5 years. So we now know what types of chemicals to use when those diseases attack our crop. We now know how to spray them, when to spray them. We prepare a good spraying program so that at the end of the day you can win. I mean, you can see our cabbage is very good.
Exactly.
We are now ready to go to the market.
You took a risk of planting cabbages during rain season.
Yes, it was a huge risk. So even our client in Australia was saying, guys, are you really sure you can do this? And I say, you know what, wait for just 70 days and we'll show you the results. We have left about 13 leaves here. So it means that we are going to have something like 8 to 10 ribs per each plant.
So that means it's healthy.
Yeah, it's very healthy. You can see the size of the
leaf.
Of the leaf, yes. As we go on, if you come back here for maybe after 4 weeks, you can see this leaf will be like, right now we are doing what we call sucker killing.
Sucker killing?
Yes, we are using a sucker killer, a chemical that we are using to kill these. We don't want to have suckers like
that one on top.
Yes, on top. So we kill it with a chemical because we don't want this.
What makes you guys the best when it comes to managing other farms? What are tools and equipment that differentiate you from other guys out there?
Okay, we are using technology to make farming easier. Because right now, if you tell a young person like myself that I want you to do farming, they will say no. Because they think
farming is boring.
It's boring, you're dealing with the dirt, the mud. But we are now combining the technology into the farming. We are talking of satellite technology like this farm. It's under our technology, our satellite application that I was talking about. And we are able to monitor everything while we are at the office. And also, we are using drones to spray chemicals.
You are using drones.
Yes, we are using, instead of using, you see this crop is now about 2 meters high. You can't go inside with a knapsack or even a tractor with that boom spray. You can't. So that's where our drones comes in. We are spraying with the drones. They are very fast in such a way that you can spray 1 hectare within 8 minutes. But with a knapsack sprayer, you can take a whole day to spray.
Even with a knapsack, you can usually, destroy the plants.
Exactly.
When you are moving in the plants.
Exactly. And also, you are exposing the worker to the chemicals because he's carrying the 20-liter knapsack on the back. And also, it's clean energy. These days, we are talking about climate change issues. We are using batteries which are rechargeable, so you can recharge it with using solar. So instead of using a tractor carrying a boom spray, the tractor is using diesel. We are producing soot carbon dioxide into the atmosphere.